All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to just me messing around with some Sega Genesis stuff. I swear this game is still just like a little bit too loud. Hold on. There we go. That seems a bit better to me. Let me do this real quick. And we will get started shortly. Okay, actually, one second. I should get the actually, like, comfy chair instead of this wooden one, which is gonna kill my back from sitting here from more than an hour or two. So, like, un momento for faith. Go for another PSP. I don't even know how to, like, check. I don't know where they use no PSPX. How do I think of it? Anyway, that's not important. That's not important. What's important is that this is Fire Shark, and we're gonna play this first. Because I already had it open. Now, Fire Shark is a shmup, which is a genre of game that I like, but I'm not very good at. Let me see if I can recall the controls for this. Alright. Shot is on button 1 for this, and we do have some auto fire. I believe that button 2 is a bomb, and we can also manually shoot if we're so inclined. We do have to be careful, because this is one of those, you know, sort of proto-Don Maki things where you didn't have a life bar, it was just like one shot and you're back to, you know, back to your checkpoint. Actually, I probably shouldn't call it that, because I think that, like, Gradius did that too, so maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's a fun little game. Alright. That was closer than it needed to be. Hey, Go-Go, thank you for the subscription. And thank you for your Charles holding a mug emote. Ah, I don't even know what hit me there. Oh well. Let's go. As somebody that completely sucks at the genre of game, I am gonna play this and any other shmup that comes up, basically until we run out of continues rather than lives, because if we go until I run out of lives, we'll only be playing these for like 30 seconds each. Then again, maybe that's fine, I don't know. Ah, I really thought that I got in between those right there. Hey, Go-Go, do I like sound okay? Can you hear the game? Audio should not be a problem, because I'm actually streaming off my laptop right now, which normally doesn't have the weird audio issues that plague the gaming rig. But I guess we'll see. I do like playing shmups, but I'm half hoping we don't get too many just because it's going to be a montage of my various aircraft repeatedly being shot down for over the course of 10 or so minutes. But I suppose we will find out. You can hear me and the audio. Excellent. The problem here is what it always is in these games, which is that, like, I'm never bomb when I need to get out of a sticky situation, so I'm trying, as I'm sure you can see, to not make that mistake here. What is this? It was a P, and that filled that little meter on our status bar. My assumption is that when that fills up, I can use some sort of special attack. I think that increased my speed a little bit right there. Boy, I'm glad this isn't an actual arcade machine. Fuck. I didn't mean to do that. 5 continues is actually pretty generous for this sort of game, at least in my experience, which is admittedly a little bit limited, but I think 3 is the standard. Of course, anybody who plays a... plays a fair amount of shmups will tell you that, continuing, like, resets your score and such. I need to stop thinking like this is a Toho game, because I keep trying to, like, just barely raise the bullets, and it's not working. If there were an arcade with shmups around here, I would be much poorer. Yeah, me too, probably. Actually, given that I live in a fairly big city, there might very well be one. I just don't know where, if so. That seems more like something that would be downtown, as opposed to up here. Okay, good bomb. Good bomb. I know that this game specifically is actually pretty well regarded, but I don't entirely know why, other than being like a seemingly fairly fun shmup. Maybe there is no reason beyond that. I mean, like, you know, who am I to tell people that they need better reasons to like things? Alright, well, I think we'll leave Fire Shark there. What's our next game, Clockman? Random. Echo. Is that Echo the Dolphin? That might be Echo the Dolphin. It totally is Echo the Dolphin. Alright. Yeah, sure. The dolphin responsible for Vaporwave. I have never played this game before. Whoa. At least not to my memory, I haven't. Okay. Oh, we can... I assume it's like a sonar and not like a laser? Oh, whoa, what? I see. That's how we, like, open the map. Okay. That's interesting. Ouch. There's no, like, UI, which is really unusual for a game of this age. Can I, like, bash through here? Hold on. I wanna bash through here. Or maybe snip, or maybe slip between the crack. Slip between the crack, or slip between the crack. Doesn't seem like I can do that. Okay, okay. I feel so majestic. Okay, let's go down here. Doesn't really seem like there's anything down here. If anybody out there is familiar with Echo the Dolphin, feel free to like point me in the right direction if I'm doing something dumb, because I have never played this game, and I don't really know what my goal is. Hello, Maze. Peanut butter indeed. Okay, like I can go this way? What's over here, though? Like, I don't really know what my goal is right now. Unless I don't have one, and this is like the world's first open world game. But, I mean, these were pretty popular, and I've heard them described as being sort of platformers, so I don't think that that's true. I think there's like some kind of thing that I gotta do. Not platformers, sorry, like Metroidvanias. Also, boy, the squeaky noise it makes when he collides with a surface is really something else. Can I, like, maybe... You forget what I have to do on the first screen. This game gets really fucked up later on. Really? It's about, like... Whoa, what? Fucking pardon me? What the hell just happened? What? Okay. What the shit? Alright, well now I can go in here, so I guess I know what I need to do now. Hi, are you like an NPC dolphin? Can I talk to you? Suddenly great winds of water. Also, hey, I was right. He is an NPC dolphin, and I can talk to him. Now it's... Okay, avoid jellyfish. Can I, like... I feel like I can jump over here. Hold on. Just gotta angle myself right. Gotta get the angle of the bottlenose. Immediately on point. There we go. Alright, so I guess I want to head down to where that glowy orb thing is. Is this thing in the top left an oxygen meter? Because that's going to make things very difficult for me very quickly if it is. I don't know how much of this we're going to play, because again, like, it's Genesis Roulette, not Let's Play Echo the Dolphin. Okay, let's try to stay away from the fucking jellyfish, shall we? Oh, I'm, like, blocked off from the surface now. That doesn't seem good. Yeah, that's super an oxygen meter, isn't it? Dolphins do, after all, breathe air, despite being aquatic creatures. Okay, here's like a little, yeah, like a little pool of air, basically. Let's head over here. Oh, so Go-Go, like, when you said it gets fucked up later, did you mean, like, immediately? Because I was not prepared for all my dolphin friends and dolphin family to be immediately whisked away by, like, a fucking, like, water tornado? No? Okay, so there's different varieties of fucked up. Alright, that's good to know. Magical Dolphin Comrade. Echo the Dolphin has become communist. Y'all seen that Donatello has become Catholic gif? It's pretty good. Okay, if we knock them on the head, they die. Do jellyfish have heads? If we knock them on the bell, they die. Oh. Hi. There is no gore, if I recall. Well, I would, like, hope so, because I know not what has happened to your pod. Perhaps the Big Blue will help you. Are we not in the Big Blue right now? We must travel past the Undercaves to find him. Okay. What? Just like a save point or something? Or do I need to break it? Anyway, I was gonna say, yeah, like, I would hope there's no gore, like... I thought this was a game for children, but I might be wrong. A fat-ass capitalist whale, and you beg him for help, and he exploits you. Is Echo the Dolphin a political metaphor? Find out by clicking on this YouTube video. God damn it with the jellyfish. Okay, we don't want to hit the spikes either. Also, like, I have the benefit of a thumbstick to play this game with. I cannot imagine playing this with a D-pad. But maybe that's just my limited imagination. After all, controllers that had only D-pads but not joysticks of any sort were kind of before my time. The thing this actually most reminds me of right now is like Yume Nikki or something. You never expect a game of this age to be sort of like quiet and cerebral like this, but maybe that is an ignorant statement on my part. Everything is politics, I Ching. I have heard about, I think it was this game having like sort of an environmentalist bent. Oh, did I just die? I totally did. I love Yume Nikki. I also like Yume Nikki a whole lot. It is one of my favorite games. Well, as interesting as this is, I think the fact that we just got KO'd by some cave spikes is a good indication to call it here. This is really interesting. I might come back to this at some point. Either for the stream or just on my own time, I'm not sure. Oh, hell yeah. Who's ready to play some championship bowling? No, I don't want to load a Game Gear ROM. I don't have any of those. Championship bowling. Bye, Dolphin Sonic. These look like they say came instead of game. Versus man mode. I like that a lot. Sure, let's practice. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We'll be Linda, I guess. Let's go. Select alley. Sure, won't go to the fast alley. I don't I don't know what that means. Huh. Okay. For some reason, all the controls seem to be mapped to the third button. That's really strange. Oh, you only get one shot to do that, huh? Alright, well, that's good to know. This kind of seems like your pretty standard, like, fucking, like, meters-based sport game. Yeah! Don't even worry about it, Linda. I'm gonna take you right to the national championships. By which I mean the regional championships for the area around Lake Minnetonka. Because for whatever reason, I strongly associate bowling with the Midwest. Aww. Let's go. She makes this bizarre, like, concerned face anytime she bowls. If you make that face when you bowl, you are taking the game a little bit too seriously, I feel. Yeah. Like, we're doing well. This really doesn't seem like a terribly difficult game, as long as you don't accidentally gutter your ball. Which, of course, now that I've said that, I inevitably will. When you throw the bowling ball. Yeah, pretty much. Dang, this is thrilling. Can you imagine being a child in like, when did the Genesis come out? That was like the early to mid 90s, I think. I might be wrong about that. I need to double check my time frames, but you know, you're a child and you ask your ma and your pa for a Genesis game for Christmas or your birthday. You tear into that packaging, you hope you're gonna get Sonic, and you get this thing. I'd have loved this if I was alive when it came out. Well, different strokes, I guess. I've never really been into sports games, except for the very embarrassing fact that when I was a kid, I was like super into the one Tiger Woods game for the original Xbox. I could not tell you why. You played worse on your DOS PC. Well, yeah, I can buy that. A lot of those, like, DOS shareware games were not amazing. At least not from what I've seen on LGR and such. The first, like, gaming computer I had was a Windows XP. It was like some gateway thing. I had only, like, 3 or 4 games for it, but I loved every single one of them. One of them was Met Commander 2, which is a game that I really wish would get like a Steam re-release or something. Because it is very hard to find nowadays, and very hard to play, even if you do find it. It's like some kind of issue with an old version of DirectX makes it not work on Windows 10, I think. Okay, like, I was gonna do like an actual game of bowling, but this practice is taking so long that I think after this is done, I might just call it there for our bowling. Goodness, 5 people are watching this. Played DOS when you were like 2 to 4. Good one. What does that good one mean? I didn't. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be our last frame because I kind of have. Yeah. Okay, I didn't realize that you could just exit out of that and it didn't actually end. Okay. What's next? Chester Cheetah 2 Wild Wild Quest. Okay. Sure. Let's do this. Let's fucking go. I'm ready. I'm ready to get dangerously cheesy. Fuck, now I kind of wish I had some Cheetos. Maybe I'll get some when I go to Subway later. I think they have like the baked ones as one of their side options. Whoops. This is the greatest intro cutscene of all time. This is the greatest intro cutscene of all time. You love how it's a legit game and not a commercial? Yeah, there were a couple like that. There was the 7-Up one, too. And there were 2 of these Cheetah games. This is the second one. And I think there was, like a McDonald's game? Developed by Treasure, of all companies? I might be wrong about the developer, but I know it was somebody that later went on to make, like, games that people actually enjoy. This really just keeps going on, doesn't it? Hell yeah, I love Outrun. Oh boy. Yeah, let's go to Eureka. Definitely. Maze, where are you getting all these emotes from? They're amazing. There's a grin button. There's a grin button. It appears to also double as the run button, but much more importantly, it's a grin button. There's a store here. Twitch Prime? Ah, okay. How do we avoid this fella? I guess we just kind of go past him. Guys, I think this game might be, like, not very good. I think I might be stuck in the wall. Kind of didn't have a long enough amount of time to check, for sure, but I didn't seem to be able to move there. Yo, this skateboarder needs to chill the fuck out. Tea time? Why do I flinch anytime I run into a wall? That's maybe the worst feature in any game I've ever heard of. Okay, we can disable our enemies by jumping on their heads. The controls for this are more than a little frustrating. Oh, that's the entire level? Okay. Okay. God, the soundtrack here is, it's really something. Also, I kind of assumed I could jump on this lady, but I guess not. Maybe I need to wait for her to put her umbrella away? No? Okay. Sure. Let's try a different area. Let's go to... Costin, which appears to be named after Austin, Texas, despite being in, like, New York. That's pretty what? 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 Why does pressing down give me, like a really, really high jump? Okay. Whoa, no. I do not want to get embroiled in water physics in a game like this. Why do I just keep randomly falling off this platform? How do I make the... Seriously now. How do I make this thing go? Maybe I don't. Maybe I gotta, like, find a switch or something? Wait. Why? If you want to jump higher, you have to bend your knees a bit. Yeah, okay, but that's usually not how that works in video games. Can you think of any other game that has down jump as like a button combination you need to know? Unless it's a fighting game, but that doesn't count. I'm talking like platformers and stuff. I suddenly have an urge for the cheesy goodness of American Cheetos. Cheetos are pretty good. And I guess in that sense the game succeeds, because now I want to eat some. But I don't have any, so... like, you know. After we run out of lives here, we will move on to the next game. Whatever that may be. Definitely not a project in social conditioning. The social conditioning is to make you associate Cheetos with mediocre platformer controls. There are worse games on the Mega Drive than this. Oh, I'm well aware, but like... that doesn't make this one good. Oh hey, it's Stay Hydrated Bot. Hello buddy, how are you? Don't even worry about it, Stay Hydrated Bot. I got a big old Raising Cane's cup. And it is filled with H2O. Don't even worry about it. I love being able to run along the seafloor. Okay. Whoever animated that really drawn-out death animation must have been very proud of themselves. Look, I'm not saying that I'm blameless that I keep dying, but, like, my dude Chester Cheetah has a hitbox the size of Alaska. Also, I don't know when I can jump on these fish and when not. I'm sure they're... Alright, next game. Boxing Legends of the Ring. Okay. Boxing Legends of the Ring. Just like a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out knockoff? I guess we'll find out. Developed by Sculptured Software and published by Electrobrain. Electrobrain. More like the quantum box of randomness. Are these like real boxers? Let's play as Robinson. I like his name. No, I didn't mean to enter a password. I just want to play as Robinson. And we'll beat up Lamoda. Oh dear. I'm doing it, guys. I'm boxing. I actually cannot tell if I'm winning or not. This is just an ad for the Las Vegas Hilton and HBO. Oh, okay, we got like a stamina meter mechanic going on here. I see. I notice my boxing glove empties as I punch. Well, this is riveting. I know GoGo said there were worse games on the Mega Drive, but that doesn't mean, randomizer, that you have to give me one immediately afterwards. Sonic when? If the thing picks it, we will play some Sonic. There's enough Sonic-related ROMs in here that it would be a little unusual if we didn't get one at some point, but I have no control over that. It's up to Clockman. Boy, these sound effects are something else. Hit 'em! I'm trying to follow what's happening, but I can't. Yeah, me too. Like, I don't know what... Like, jeez. I think I'm winning, but it's sort of hard to tell. If I am winning, I'm doing so basically by just spamming the first button and then taking an occasional break to recover my stamina. Classy. Oh, come on. You're gonna make me do another 3-minute round? There's like some kind of timing element here, but I can't really tell how. Incidentally, if we get bored of Genesis stuff, I do also have a complete ROM set on here for the TurboGrafx. Slightly more obscure console in the West, but I am fond of it. You don't know what the TurboGrafx is? So the TurboGrafx, TurboGrafx, because extreme, was a console, and in Japan it was known as the PC Engine, which is sort of a nonsensical name. It was like sort of like a weird midpoint between like 8-bit and 16-bit. I don't remember the exact like reason why. It was like the games were 8-bit, but the graphics processor was 16-bit or something. So the games tended to look very good, but the console came to like North America pretty late, so it wasn't very successful over here. Do you have just TurboGrafx or also PC Engine games? I believe I have both. I believe the ROM set was called TurboGrafx/PC Engine. Yeah, it was like a weird, yeah. It was the first 16-bit era console, but it used an 8-bit CPU. It was like a weird, like, in-between sort of thing. But I do have several games for it that I'm very fond of. First among those being Blazing Lasers, which is a really cool little shmup game. Certainly a hell of a lot more exciting than this. In Japan, the PC Engine was actually pretty successful, because you have to remember when it first came out, it was competing against the NES and stuff rather than 16-bit consoles. My understanding is that it kind of lost ground fairly quickly. Go-Go, I think you're thinking of the PC-98. I don't think the PC Engine had too many, like, you know, not safe for work games. But I might be wrong about that. Also, I'm not playing a third fucking round of this boxing game. Next game, please. Crew Ball. I don't know what this is. Let's find out. Crew Ball. Oh, it's a pinball game. Okay, that's kind of weird that the... whatever. Sick. This is pretty nifty. I'm into it. The hit letters spell rock and roll. I didn't know that there really were any good pinball games for the Genesis, but admittedly it's not something, a subject that I know a whole lot about. Sometimes you mix up your PC consoles. Yeah, well, the PC-98 was an actual computer, but there was like a lot of games for it because it had sort of the thing going on where the PC, where like the computer was popular for business reasons, but it was also like relatively easy to develop games for, even though the like the technical specs of the thing were pretty limited. Sort of the same situation as the ZX Spectrum in the UK. But yeah, there were a lot of porn games for the PC-98. Yeah, the first 5 Toho games are PC-98 games. And I actually have them on here along with Neko Project 2, which is a PC98 emulator. But, like, because so much of it is just hentai, I wouldn't really feel comfortable doing a random game stream of that, but I could show off the Toho games specifically at some point, although one of them doesn't work for whatever reason. I guess I do have to charge it up all the way. Okay. Oh. That one was an accident. Let's go! No, that's why I specifically wouldn't, is because I don't want to get banned from Twitch.tv for showing anime boob on stream. Although I think you might be allowed to now if you have your account, like, set to mature, but I'm not gonna... Like, even if I could, I wouldn't want to, because most of those games are, like, not good games, is the thing. There were also, like, a lot of arcade knockoffs for the system. Like, instead of Gradius, you'd get Garudius. Or whatever. That feel when octopus. I like octopodes. They're cute. Okay, port of a PC Engine game called Devil's Crash. That was Oh, you're talking about pinball games for the Genesis. Yeah, like, admittedly, I've never really looked into console pinball games. I've got a couple that I've played for like the actual PC that I'm fond of, but never really considered console pinball games, even though, like, there's really no reason it couldn't work. Few games are simple to do controls for than a pinball game. You need a plunger and 2 flippers. It goes fast and shiny. Yeah, it's a good game. If I was, like, willing to put in some practice for this, I would be interested to see, like, what the, like, what the other tables are like, if there are any. Even if this is just the one table, it's a pretty damn big one. I guess this was like right around when people who were making pinball games were kind of starting to experiment with, like, slightly more fantastical stuff as opposed to directly emulating real pinball tables. Yeah, that's true. They do often only have one table. Still, like, this is a pretty good one. Interesting little thing. Let's see what we got up next. Liberty or death? Okay. Let's find out what that is. This could be, like, almost anything, I think. I feel like I know this title. Obviously, like, Liberty or Death is a quote from a fella from the American Revolution, but I feel like I know the game title. From the historical simulation series. Oh, geez, are we in for, like, an early 4X game or something? Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright. There we go. Sure, we'll play as the Americans. Sure. Sure. Nice I, nay buttons instead of yes and no. Yeah, this is a strategy game. Alright. Huh. Huh. What? All I've got is a rowboat and a kitchen knife. Yeah, sure, definitely. This is a good idea. I'm gonna level with you folks. I have no idea what's going on here. And, like, we don't have enough time to figure it out. So, I'm gonna let this turn play out, and then we will head to... Sure. We will head on to the next one. Oh boy. Goodness. I don't think I ever would have gotten into strategy games if this had been my first exposure to them. Okay, yeah. On to the next. Zoop? I'm gonna play some Zoop. Gonna play some Zoop. Is this an anti-piracy warning? It is. Wild. I can't stand old console strategy games. Yeah, like stuff like water margin and whatnot, like I don't get it. What am I doing here? What? What the hell is this? Is this a match 3 game of some kind? Like, do I have to... Okay. Okay. I see. I have to make my little ship the color of the pieces, and then I can like dive in, and if I'm the right color, it will destroy them. Fascinating. Okay. But I imagine if anything gets in this little block in the center here, we lose. So, like, getting a little nervous here right off the bat. Shit. Yeah. I think if we had, like, known what we were doing right from the get-go, we'd be in a much better place right now. Alright, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Like four-sided Tetris? Yeah, like a little bit. This is a weird one. I've also, like, never heard of this game. Okay. No, hold on. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. I dig it. It's kinda cool? Yeah. I agree. It is kinda cool. I would've liked this as a kid. That's kind of the metric I judge old console games on, if it's not obvious by now. It's like, would I have enjoyed this if I had had this console when I was a youngin'? And the answer for Zoop, I think, is yes. Now, I imagine this gets very difficult in like later stages, I guess you would say, because I imagine what it does, yeah, it takes you to the next level, and it probably ramps up the speed at which the little pieces move out. I don't know what you'd call these things. Zoops, I guess. I really wonder where the name Zoop came from. We're dead. That was an interesting little one. Let's see what the next one is. Target Earth. Okay. Some kind of like Space Invaders thing, maybe? I don't know. Sega. Oh, okay. What? Okay. Huh. How do I change my weapon? I've got two of them. I don't know how to use the other one, though. Oh, wait. I see. Okay. Yeah, I made a mistake here. I believe I accidentally picked the, like, slow artillery type weapon. Probably wasn't the wisest idea to pick that as my only gun. I have to save the space base from Doom Guy. Apparently my character's name is Rex, which is really funny. I really cannot complain enough about how slowly this gun fires. I also don't really understand how it works, because, like, the actual bullet just seems to go right through enemies without hurting them. Games like this always make me feel like an old woman. Like, eh? You say I'm the yellow, the metal one. How do I move? And all that good stuff. Maybe I should have played more Zoop. Shouldn't I have 3 weapons? I think I like misinterpreted how the menu worked, and what it was actually asking me to do, like those 3 that were in the top were not weapons that I had. They were like the weapons like in the hangar, and it wanted me to take 1. I want to try this with like a gun that's not awful. Yeah. Yeah, cyborg armor units gear up for battle. Yeah, like, okay. I see. The bottom part is where my guns are. And I can switch with the Y button. Yeah, alright. This is much more doable with a gun that I actually understand how to use. Granted, I've quite quickly run out of ammo for it, so that's a problem. Alright. Game seems hard. Let's move on to the next one. Gonna skip that one. Beast Wrestler. Okay. Beast Wrestler. Beast Wrestler. Beast Wrestler. Do we wrestle the beasts, or are we a beast? Air hole? What? Yeah, Beast Wrestler. Match. Okay. So our choices are Airhole, Ominos, Mikara, Hax 4, Ploguraz, Octi, Aloina, Albalos, Federico, and Dekun. I kind of want to go with the octopus one. What do y'all think? I kind of want to go with the octopus one. I think I'm going to go with the octopus one. I don't care what the computer uses. Give the computer the shitty one that looks like just a lizard. I have a sneaking suspicion that this game might be kind of bad, but I guess we'll find out. Is this... like I have only 1 attack? The Genesis controller had 6 buttons. You couldn't think of anything to put on the other 5? Oh, okay, my bad. I've actually got it seems like this is actually a low attack, like a downward strike, but the animation is so similar that I couldn't really tell at first. Yeah, it basically is weaponized dabbing. Pretty fascinating. I think I may have made a mistake by giving the computer a character that's so low to the ground, because I'm not sure that I can actually hit it. It doesn't seem like I am. Alright, well, that sure was a game. Imagine making this and thinking at any point that you did something good. Vixen 357. Okay. I did notice that our octopus monster stood back up, but like, you know. Hopefully this is just imaginatively named and not something that's going to get me banned from Twitch.tv. Oh dear. Yeah? Oh, I like her. This intro is really something. It's not quite as good as the Wild Wild Quest intro, but it's up there. Nina Laurel, yes, that was her name. In this house, we love and respect the girls of Vixen 357. But not the men. That guy's name was Harry Gibson. Why does this guy just have a football helmet? I think that they obviously changed some of the names, but not others. Oh, is the Vixen 357 the robot? That's a weird thing to call a robot. Do you want to fuck the Gundam, buddy? Is that what we're getting at here? 1. E. What is happening? N. Oh man, this game? Should I be concerned? And if I should be concerned, is it like this game is bad concerned, or like this game will get me banned from Twitch.tv concerned? Okay, I don't want to hear about how in the year 2575 war was beginning. Let's get to the actual game, please. What the Christ? Oh, it's Advance Wars! Also, fun fact, this is the American ROM, but, like, it doesn't really seem to be, in English? So whether we actually play this one is going to be, like, a matter of whether or not I can figure out how to do anything. Okay. Yeah, it's, like, definitely in Japanese. Kind of a curious thing for a ROM that was allegedly, at least, released in the United States. Yeah? Yeah, no, this is just totally, it's Advance Wars. Or Fire Emblem, if you prefer to use that as a point of reference instead. It's one of those tactical RPG games. Where they try to make you care deeply about every one of the units. Yeah, buddy, you sure told me. Why are there, like... Oh, okay, I guess those are just accents. Is the Wars series older than... Oh, there's an NES Advance Wars game. I didn't know that. Well, I guess it wouldn't have been Advance Wars yet at the time. Because I think that's the subtitle that they picked up, starting with the GBA games, but I didn't know that. I think the Super Robot Wars games also play like this. I guess we'll, like, take our turn, and then we'll move on. Kinda reminds me of XCOM. Like a little bit, yeah. Well, no, XCOM's the same kind of game, too. It's just like a Western one instead. And obviously, the newer XCOM games, they're in full 3D, whereas this is sprite-based, but yeah. No, I see what you mean. Jesus. Tell you what, how about we just, like, don't? I'm sure this game is fine, but I can't understand what's going on, and it's gonna take us quite a long time to get to anything we can actually do. So instead, let's play, World Championship Soccer 2, because clearly that will be much better of a game. I'm really knocking it out of the park with this one, aren't I? Probably gonna go for like another half hour or so. We'll just do one match. What country should we play as? North Ireland. Sure, let's play as Greece. North Korea is not in this soccer game. South Korea is, though. We'll do South Korea. What? Pressing every button on my controller, and I don't appear to be able to like hit a start. Like, I can't start the match. No, I'm trying that. I'm trying start, I'm trying buttons 1 through 3, I'm trying select. I don't think it is, because, like, there was a computer option. Yeah, but I can't move B. Like, there's no way to get down to it. It doesn't seem like. Well, alright. I guess that's that. Whip Rush 2222 AD. Honestly, that sounds like a much more interesting game anyway. Whip Rush 2222 AD. Okay. Oh, to be honest, I wasn't excited to watch early 90s soccer anyway. I wasn't excited to play early 90s soccer, so that's perfectly fine. Okay, let's just get into things here. What do we got going on here? Shmup? Maybe? Drive out the intruders. Yeah, okay. I am fine with that. I know what to do for a shmup. Ooh. I'm not sure what that thing is. That's like what the other button does. This is dope. There were a lot of good shooters for the Genesis. I'm surprised we haven't gotten yet, other than the one that I had when I started up. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Okay. Alright. Fuck you. Am I, like, not hurting this thing? It's not flashing or anything. You had a game like this for DOS. Do you remember what that game was? Okay, it only took, like, all of our lives. Whoa, what the heck? We're scrolling down? What innovation is this? You go find the box. If you're so inclined, you certainly can, but it's up to you. I actually wanted to keep that and hopefully get the next level of it, but oh well. I guess these things are fine too. The weapons all sort of seem similar. Radiant Silver Gun, this is not. That is a very old computer. I don't think computer gaming was really a thing yet in the 70s, except for like dedicated hardware, like Maze War and stuff. Because that would have been, like, pre-Space Invaders, even, because I think Space Invaders was 79. We'll give it one more go. Ooh, what? I see. If you have, like, a secondary weapon, and you get hit, you don't actually die, you just lose the weapon. That makes sense. I like that system, honestly. Okay. That does not appear to be true of the options, though. That is something I should try to keep in mind. Let's try to kill this guy without dying about 8 times this time. Very simple pattern. We move up, we move down. Excellent. Okay. Yay, thank you. Alright. Let's get it. I like this thing. Some sort of like pulse laser I got going on. Is there a way for me to fire in the other direction? Some games of this type have that, though it's far from common. Ended by a pillar. Well, that was fun. What do we got next? World... Okay, I'm not playing any more sports games. Give me something else. Zoop again. The fucking soccer game. Come on. The Terminator. Alright. I didn't know that there was a licensed Terminator game for the Genesis, but apparently there was. I imagine this is some sort of run and gun, what's it? I don't care about the story. I've never actually seen the film Terminator. Interesting. Yeah? 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 What is this game? Yeah, that's a good question. This is the Terminator for the Sega Nintendo. Are Virgin like known for sucking or something? I don't think I'm familiar with the company. Okay, if I hit it quickly enough, I can stop it from shooting. But I really gotta nail it right in the noggin. It's quite the thing to have to take care of the second you turn on the game. Can I like do some kind of like dodge roll? This is Dark Souls. Virgin made a lot of licensed games. Usually they would make the better ones, but some of them were very hard. Okay. They made the Lion King Super Nintendo game. Interesting. I can't seem to actually hit these people. These Arnolds. My bombs are just going over them. I think that might have been where I was supposed to use those things that I picked up back over this way. But now I don't have them anymore, so like, you know, it's kind of not the greatest. Oh, did that thing respawn? Fuck off, buddy. I think that's more than enough of that. Mazin Saga. Related to the Mazinger series, maybe? Oh, this. I played this for like 2 minutes yesterday. It's a beat 'em up, basically. These guys are not too bad once you get them in the right, like, position, but you gotta get them in that position first. There we go. The fact that you have to be, like, on the exact same horizontal plane as them to hit them makes this a lot harder than it would otherwise be. Also, like, weirdly fluid animation. Not that I'm complaining, but it's just sort of strange. I think this foot was as far as I got. Did I kill it? I guess so. This game is fine. Certainly more playable than the last thing we were just doing. The game was Solar Winds. Okay. Thank you for looking anyway. I'll have to look that up later. There weren't very many shmups on the, like, for DOS, so it's interesting that you had one. Strikes me as the average mid-90s game. Yeah, like, stuff like this was really popular back then. I'm not really huge on beat-em-ups, and this doesn't seem like a terribly good one, but, I mean, it's playable. Your dad was really into video games. I understand. My stepdad was, like, super into video games. Before he moved in with me and my mom, we actually didn't have any video game consoles at all. But he had a Dreamcast and what was at the time like a state-of-the-art gaming computer. So I learned about some stuff with him, and he got the original Xbox like the day it launched. I was one of the first like couple thousand people to have a Xbox Live account when that started being a thing. It was fun. One of my favorite Xbox games, actually, was Panzer Dragoon Order, which is a rail shooter that does not get talked about a lot anymore because the genre is not super popular anymore. But that game was real good. Oh, I'm still alive. I think I jinxed it. Yeah, alright. On to the next one. Triple Play Gold. Unless this is the cover for Solar Winds. Okay, interesting. Top-down space-themed action games. Reminiscent of Star Control. Okay, so it's like an asteroids type thing. Interesting. What is our next thing? Triple Play Gold. Triple Play Gold. Triple Play Gold. Is this a fucking baseball game? How many sports games were there for this console? Jesus. Also, nice, like, fucking hack throw there, buddy. Released by the Shadow. I'm not fucking around with this. I can't with baseball games. I'm sorry. Toe Jam and Earl in Panic on Funkatron. Sure? I don't know anything about the Toe Jam and Earl games, but I guess I'm about to learn. Somewhere in outer space. Nice sound effects. There is Tyrion. I'm actually, like, not super fond of Tyrion, although I know a lot of other people like it. Why can't I go this way? This is odd. Yes, it is. Oh, wait. I think I might know why. How do I... What the hell? Let me reset this real quick. I think I have an inkling as to what I did wrong, for lack of a better term. Reset. I think that this is like a local co-op game, but you can play it by yourself if you only select one character. Yeah, okay. That's why I couldn't move, because the other character wasn't coming with me. Hold the direction pad, shape trees, bushes, or push buttons. This game is certainly something. This boulder's really not happy with me. I don't know what those things are, but thank you for telling me that I can use them in the start menu, I guess. Funk scan is a radar, use it to find hidden things. Both the funk scan and the funk move cost funk. Okay. So, it is a, so our mana bar is called funk in this game. I understand. Certainly an interesting game to look at. Do I need to, like, go capture him? Am I an alien? Okay, that was very weird. One that you went forward instead of all directions. Yeah, that sounds like it might very well have been Tyrion. There weren't a ton of dodge shmups, which is what that genre is called if you're only moving if you're only moving in a single direction. What the fuck is happening? This is maybe the single most 90s game I've ever played. Welcome to the secret spot. You took hallucinogens? I didn't, but I think maybe whoever made this game might have. Not saying they had to have, I'm just suggesting the possibility. I do like the soundtrack a lot. Appropriately enough for a game that uses funk as like its mana resource. Huh. I was just saying how I can't think of any other games with like down and jump as a button combo, and this one has it too. So I have to catch these kids and turn them into little animals? Am I Dr. Robotnik? What's going on here? Huh. I've never played a Rayman game, at least. Well, I played like a tiny little bit of the one that they released for free a few years ago, but not very much of it. Is this Echo the Dolphin? We played Tomba 2. I am not familiar with that one, no. Oh, I had an oxygen meter. I didn't even notice. What is Tomba? Like, what sort of games are they? Well, I've kind of reached an impasse here, so, like, I think... Oh, wait, I can just go over here, can't I? Maybe we'll try to get to the end of this level, then. What? Ah, I see. Okay. Whatever. I guess this is the end of the level? Maybe? This is a very strange little game. Weird. Anyway, that was Toe Jam and Earl. Let's play Robot Wreckage. That sounds pretty good. Uh-huh. No, like, startup screen or anything, huh? This is... some kind of robot boxing game? Stand aside, Real Steel. This almost seems like basically just like a very direct port of an arcade game. It seems like it would be more fun if you had somebody to play with as opposed to just the computer. Okay, I'm like not really into this. It's good looking though. That's something. But also I keep getting demolished, so maybe we will spin the wheel of fate here again. Vector Man 2. Now that one I've heard of. Vector Man. Okay, we can shoot from our hands in any direction we choose. I think there are a decent amount of old Cyberpunk games. It's just like they were all for... Well, no, I was gonna say they were all for DOS, but now that I think of it, I can only actually think of one, so never mind, I guess. Okay, now we're in now we're doing platforming. I'm with it. This game's really, like, dark. Not thematically, like, literally very dark. Kind of into it, though. I kind of wish I could turn the contrast up a little bit. Actually, hold on, maybe I will do exactly that. Video... That doesn't really help at all. Okay, never mind. Oh yeah, System Shock is Cyberpunk, kind of. Oh, ew. I know how that goes. I hate bugs. Yeah, I also would like the remake to come out before I give it a whirl. The original game is very, kind of hard to get your head around. Well, that was Vector Man. That was interesting. Worms 8. Is that related to the PC Worms games? Worms Armageddon, etc., etc.? I believe so. Sure. What? Alright, I guess we're gonna play some Worms. I've never played the real old ones, actually. The first one I ever played was Armageddon. This is a... little hard to look at, to be honest with you. I want to use the bazooka, though. Kinda don't know what I'm doing here. The controls for this are a little weird. It would probably make a bit more sense if I had an actual Genesis controller, but I don't. Um, Brilliant. Yeah, let me turn that off actually real quick. The TV plug-in. Actually, yeah, there we go. I'm starting to think that this might just be hard to look at in general. The character sprites are so small. Kind of starting to realize why, like, nobody really talks very much about this one, and people kind of pretend that the series started with Armageddon for the most part. Got the baseball bat. Got the punch. Use the punch. Okay. Yeah, me neither. I'm just kind of hitting them at random. The names aren't color-coded in this one. Actually, I think it's possible that it gave me control of all the teams now that I'm paying a bit of attention. Well, this is just terrible. Let's play something else. Dinosaurs for Hire. Sure. This will probably be the last one we play, other than I'll play like a tiny bit of Sonic at the end, just for kicks. But it's getting close to 6 o'clock, and I want to get dinner in like an hour or so. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah? This is a video game and a half. Slight problem with your Genesis blast processing unit. This is possibly the greatest game ever made. Did fucking Calvin develop this? Like, my goodness. Tyrannosaurs and F-15s? Nobody. We got Tyrannosaurs with machine guns. Let's fucking go. Hey, a health pickup. I want to stress again that you are playing as a dinosaur in a Man in Black outfit with sunglasses shooting at ninjas with your futuristic full automatic machine gun. Yeah, that is what's happening. I don't know how this wasn't the most popular game for the system, really. This should have made the Genesis more popular than the Super Nintendo just on its own. Oh, did I just die? I did. Brilliant. I mean, what could you want? What? How could you possibly improve on this? Someone made it, and I'm sure they're incredibly proud of it. I would be. If I made this, I'd never shut up about it. You're like, oh, Derek, it's very cool that you got a Mercedes, but hear about the dinosaur-related run-and gun that I programmed back in high school. Alright, I think we've seen most of what Dinos for Hire has to offer. Imagining someone telling their spouse for the 10,000th time about their Dinosaur for Hire game, and it's listed as the main reason for their divorce. No, Dinosaurs for Hire is the reason for marriage. Let's play a little bit of the first Sonic the Hedgehog game. Just a little bit. And then we will call it an evening. What the heck is this? Sonic 1 Gaslight? Sonic 1 Spin Dash. Sure. What the hell is Sonic 1 Gaslight? It's like a hack or something? I'm cognizant of what the word gaslight normally means, so I'm a little bit worried about what is up with this particular ROM. Brings back some memories. I actually had never played the older Sonic the Hedgehog games until I was a bit older. I played, like I said earlier, we had a Dreamcast, so my first exposure to Sonic the Hedgehog was Sonic Adventure, which I was actually huge into as a kid, even though I know people don't really think super highly of those games anymore. I wanted to get into the ring. I think that's the bonus levels. Is how is like what those take you to. Played this at a local youth center thing. That's interesting. We eventually got the 360 port of this. They added it to the arcade what's it for a while, I think. Did this get a port to the GBA? I didn't know that. Although it wouldn't surprise me too much. After they stopped making consoles, Sega ported their games to just about everywhere. Oh, come now. Yeah, I knew about Sonic Advance, but I didn't know... I mean, there might have been, like, a Sega Genesis collection or something. Like, again, it wouldn't surprise me. Or, like, remakes or something like that. Heck, maybe that's actually what Sonic Advance was. I don't, off the top of my head, know. Boo. There we go. That's something I always found a little strange about these games. Like, they encourage you to go quickly, but sometimes the speed is what trips you up. It's a bit of a catch-22. Bit of a catch-22. Bit of a catch-22. Well, it's 6 o'clock anyway, so that's gonna do it for our little Genesis Roulette stream. Thank you guys for coming out. If anybody wants to support the channel and is watching, you can either subscribe or you can support me directly via paypal.me/planetjane. If you'd like to be updated on when I'm about to do these sorts of things, I have a Twitter account at @planet_Jane where I tweet about them, among many other things. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.